Hi everyone, are you ready for today's class? Today's topic is the food therapy and medical liquor. If you have any question of the class, you can send me the email. Before talking about today's topic, let me introduce myself briefly. My name is Rongqi. I'm an undergraduate of Hebei University of Chinese Medicine. I was the Deputy Secretary of the East League Committee of College of Basic Medicine. I have participated in the Medical Secretary Service of the Winter Olympic Games and the Winter Paralympic Games in 2022. And this is my QR code of the WeChat. You can scan the code to contact me. This class, I will introduce one dessert, a soup, and 2 kinds of drinkings, including the tea and the wine. If you have interest on today's topic, according to legend, once the Empress Dowager who controlled Beijing in Qing Dynasty, which means the Emperor's mother Cixi got sick and did not want to eat, so the chefs used pine nuts, peach kernel, cinnamon, honey as the main raw material with the right amount of porridge powder, and then use the best starch, making the outer crust to make it like the sandwich pancakes. Cixi ate it and was very satisfied, so she often rewarded the palace ministers with this kind of cake. Later, the porridge pie became the Chinese flavor snacks. Let's watch a video together about the porridge cake. After watching the video, it seems very easy to make it right. The porridge pie is not only delicious, but also it is good for health. The effects of porridge pie are amazing. The first one is that It can reduce edema. In daily life, many people have swollen eyelids in the morning, and in the afternoon, the swelling will naturally subside. Some patients who lie down for a long time, prone to have the edema of the legs. Porridge can not only reduce swelling, but also strengthen the heart and relieve the symptoms of panic and palpitations. Also, it can help with sleep. At night, with insomnia, some people will find themselves, as long as they get up to urinate, will produce this feeling to sleep, and then they can sleep very well. This is because when insomnia, the mind is often restless. It is like a pot of boiling bubbling water, and the porridge through the diuretic discharge of the part of turbid water, so that the boiling water gradually calms down. People will be able to gradually fall asleep. The mind is one of the more common causes of insomnia. The mind is prone to be hyperactive, leading to the insomnia. Porridge has a tranquilizing effect on the mind, so it could help with sleep. Porridge differs from other tranquilizers in that porridge is used to improve sleep by diuretic and drain the damp, lowering turbidity and drawing down yang energy. Although porridge is not a tonic medicine, it is very effective in strengthening the spleen and nourishing the spleen and stomach. For people with weakened spleen and appetite, the daily dietary treatment with porridge, ginseng, and yam can strengthen the spleen and promote digestion. The last one is it can help with anti-hair loss. As we know, phlegm, stagnant dampness, and obstruction are the main causes of head baldness. Just like watering flowers, when there is too much water and the hole under the flower pot is blocked, the water dampness cannot get down and stagnates inside. It will rot the roots and cause the plant to lose its leaves or even die. For the human body is the same. If the water stays in the body, it will be on the top of the body, and too much water will corrode the hair root, so the hair is easy to fall off. The Asian says, all diseases are caused by phlegm. Porridge can permeate the water, and the dampness can be transformed, so there's no phlegm. Okay, that's the effects of porridge pie. If you have the same problems above, you can try this dessert. It is sweet and delicious. Especially is widely eaten by the children as a dessert in China. The second one is a soup called 头蛋 soup. 头蛋 soup means the first bite of the soup. Nowadays, 头蛋 soup has been a popular and widely spread continental saying, meaning the first batch of the soup out of the pot. The first bite of soup has the sweetest taste, but you also must get up early to get it. Do you know Guangdong province? Guangdong province is a province as famous as the capital city of China. It is humid and hot. It was in the middle of the ocean more than 2,000 years ago, and has been around the river system, following the shoreline of Pearl River. Water changes and terrain. Guangdong was humid and hot, and people lived there prone to diseases such as malaria, foot fungus, and laryngeal diseases. Therefore, Guangdong was even called the land of malaria in ancient times. In order to avoid the suffering of hot and humid pestilence, the clever Cantonese people took local ingredients and boiled medicine soup to eliminate heat and fire. Only the diligent and persistent people can drink the first bite of soup. Cantonese love to drink the first bite of soup, but also know how to cook the 头蛋 soup very well. I will teach you a kind of soup which can clear and damp, and has the effect to lose weight. Also, it's very good for the skin. These are the ingredients to make the 头蛋 soup. We need to prepare 15 grams of because hot take a whole dehumidifying soup. In summer, if you spend a lot of time in air-conditioned rooms, drinking cold drinks and eating frozen food, you'd better know how to make this soup. Because hotter. Takahel, Yang. Semen delicate rice album. Fair seed of drops tears. Soak and wash with clean water for later use. Add blanched pork to the soup pot and the soup stock. Ginger flake. Add some boiled water. Boil over high heat to middle heat for 1.5 hours. Add an appropriate amount of salt to season. This soup tastes good and can unify the spleen and clear damp. Then you will feel relaxed. How? 5 grams of ficus hata, 2 chicken legs, 3 grams of grown fruit, 3 grams of gorgon fruit, 1 apple, 1 carrot, 1 honey date, and 2 slices of ginger. You could try it after class. Do you know what this is? Yes, it's the rice. This is a chrysanthemum flower. You can guess what kind of things can these two food together make out. Chrysanthemum wine is generally made from chrysanthemum flowers and glutinous rice, which has a sweet taste and smooth flavor, and has the effect of nourishing the liver and brightening the eyes, and even has the effect of beautifying the face and accelerating blood circulation. In ancient times, people regarded chrysanthemum wine as a longevity wine, and as long as they drank chrysanthemum wine, they could get rid of disasters, so it is also called lucky wine. I found a YouTuber who tells a story about the chrysanthemum wine. You can answer the questions after watching the video. First one is, which festival does the chrysanthemum wine regard to? The other one is, what did Huan Jing give to his families and the villagers to veil the demon? Let's start to answer the questions together. The first one is, which festival does the chrysanthemum wine related to? The answer is the Double Ninth Festival. The second one is, what did Huan Jing give to his families and villagers to veil the demons?
The Double Ninth Festival, 重阳节, falls on the 9th day of the 9th lunar month. Much like the Dragon Boat Festival and the Mid-Autumn Festival, 重阳节 is an ancient holiday that dates back thousands of years. So what is this day about? You guys are probably familiar with yin-yang, yin-yang. Well, based on feng shui, 9 is considered an auspicious number. Why is that? Well, because 9 is a yang number, which means that it is filled with positivity, as opposed to 6, which is a yin number. Yang is associated with positivity, brightness, and masculinity, while yin is dark and feminine. So double nines means that it is a very good and auspicious holiday. This is why this day is called 重阳. 重 means repeat, so it literally translates to repeat yang. Another reason why this is considered a positive and auspicious holiday is because double 9 is also pronounced the same as the word to signify forever. They're both pronounced 久久, 99, 久久, forever, 久久. As I said earlier, this is an ancient holiday, and just the same as all the other ancient holidays, the origin dates back thousands of years ago. The Double Ninth Festival originated during the Warring States period. Almost 3,000 years ago, it would become popular during the Han Dynasty and would officially be regarded as a folk festival in the Tang Dynasty. Again, much like other historical festivals, there is a legend associated with its origins. The myth begins with a demon that plagued the land. Whenever it showed up, people would get sick and die. The citizens suffered greatly from the disease that was ravaged by the demon. There was a man named Huan Jing whose parents had died from the plague. He decided to learn on how to slay the demon. There was a rumor that an immortal lived in the east on Zhongnanshan, and he decided to take on the long journey until he finally found the immortal. Moved by his dedication and behavior, the immortal taught Huan Jing how to kill the plague demon. He bestowed upon him a sacred sword, the blue dragon sword, Qing Long Jian. One day, the immortal told Huan Jing that the demon would return on the 9th day of the 9th lunar month. This was the time that Huan Jing needed to return and kill the demon. So the immortal gave Huan Jing a bag of dogwood leaves and a bottle of chrysanthemum wine. When Huan Jing returned to his hometown, he directed his family and the villagers to climb the mountain for safety. He gave each of them a cup of chrysanthemum wine and some dogwood leaves, so that the demon would not follow them. As predicted, the demon emerged from the river, but became dizzy due to the scent of the dogwood leaves and the chrysanthemum wine. Taking advantage of the situation, Huan Jing slayed the demon with his sword. From then on, drinking chrysanthemum wine, wearing dogwood leaves, and climbing mountains became the tradition to celebrate this festival. How is this festival celebrated now? Many of the celebration traditions and customs come from the origin myth, but there are several other ways that people can celebrate. The act of ascending heights is a very important celebration custom. This is why this festival is also sometimes called Height Ascending Festival. During this festival, people will climb mountains or towers, and this custom stems from our ancestors ascending mountains in order to escape ill omens or disasters. There are many ancient literatures and poems that depict this activity, and this is a custom that we continue to this day. Like the Qingming festival, this is also a day where people will visit the graves of their ancestors in order to pay respect. They would clean the graves, repaint inscriptions, lay out food offerings, and burn incense and joss paper. We also wear dogwood leaves, 茱萸, in order to ward off evil spirits. And a heads up that different provinces will also have their own celebration customs. For example, in the Shandong province, they drink spicy radish soup to bring good luck. This comes from the saying, 喝了萝卜汤，全家不遭殃, which translates, drink the radish soup, the family does not suffer. There are several food traditions that are associated with Chongyang as well. One major food that we will eat during the Chongyang festival is Chongyang cake, Chongyang gao, made from rice. This is again due to our love of wordplay. In Mandarin, cake is gao, which sounds like height and ascension, which is also pronounced gao, perfect for a festival that is all about climbing. Obviously, we also drink chrysanthemum wine, as this was one of the objects used to slay the plague demon. But if you cannot find wine, chrysanthemum tea works just as well. The reason that chrysanthemums are so important isn't just because of their role in the myth, but also because of the time of year that the Chongyang festival falls on. During this time of year is when it starts cooling down and is the season when chrysanthemums are in bloom. Chrysanthemums have been a beloved flower since ancient times. So not only do we drink chrysanthemum wines, but women will stick them in their hair or hang branches around the house to avoid evil. That being said, I really do like this holiday because it's also known as Senior Day, which was established in 1989 by the Chinese government. Remember how double 9 also has the same pronunciation as forever? This is why this festival is also regarded as an auspicious day for longevity. On this day, we send good health wishes for the elderly. We visit, send greetings, and show respect to the senior members of our family. So while it was officially in 1989 that the Chinese government established the double ninth as Seniors' Day, we have always had traditions that celebrated.
The first answer is the Double Ninth Festival. And the second one is also very easy. The answer is a bag of dogwoods and a chrysanthemum wine. The last one is the tea. Before I say, you must know at least one effect of tea. Can anybody tell me? For example, there's a very daily effect, and it can refresh the mind as same as the coffee. There's a video I prepared for you to have more interest on tea.
Tea. Since the Tang Dynasty, Chinese tea has made its way through the world. Through the ancient Tea Horse Road, the ancient Silk Road, the Road of Tea on Grassland, and the Maritime Silk Road, shaping different tea drinking customs and tea cultures along the way. After the 18th century, Chinese tea seeds were successfully introduced to India, Sri Lanka and other countries. Up to now, more than 60 countries grow tea, and over 2 billion people in 170 odd countries and regions are fond of tea drinking. China tops the world's tea production with half of the global plantation area and output. China is also the biggest tea consumer. Chinese tea falls into 6 categories, namely green tea, white tea, yellow tea, oolong tea, black tea and dark tea, based on different production methods and fermentation degrees. The most cherished ones are green tea from the Yangtze River Valley, oolong tea from the southeast coast, and pu'er tea and black tea from southwest China, each with rich fragrance and aesthetic beauty. China is the only country in the world capable of production and processing of 6 tea categories. Boasting a history of millennia, Chinese tea sets the trend for the world. While inheriting traditional techniques, Chinese tea continued to show self-innovation and has realized clean, automated and standardized production and processing. In 2016, China exported 271,000 tons of green tea, representing over 80% of the world's total green tea export. The quality, safety and wholesomeness of the Chinese green tea has won world recognition. A boom in tea production promotes tea deep processing and beverage sectors and reflects into the tea culture and tourism. In poverty-stricken mountainous regions, the tea industry opens a way to prosperity and green development. "2,000 years ago, Chinese tea became accessible to the rest of the world. Through the ancient Silk Road and with its unique charm, earned a reputation worldwide. The Belt and Road Initiative is progressing smoothly and news of successes keeps pouring in. The tea industry in China is presented with a significant opportunity for transformation and upgrading. Chinese tea is following a path of modernization, featuring efficient production, complete product portfolio, resource conservation, and environmental friendliness. The day is not far off when China will emerge as a global center of tea production, technology, information, and trade. Tea is a fine gift of nature. It reminds one of serenity and peace and greets people with an elegant aroma. In tea we find art, propriety, and our journey ahead. Chinese tea culture values harmony and sincerity, a spirit that shares the same origin with the Silk Road. Chinese people make friends and treat guests with tea. On the new journey of the Belt and Road, Chinese tea will once again function as an envoy of the harmonious coexistence between the economy and cultures of China and the rest of the world. Riding the wind and waves, it is high time that we set sail. The booming tea sector in China will return to the nature a world of beautiful green amidst a brewed tea fragrance.
After watching the video, you may have more interest on the effects of the tea, so let's summarize it together. First, we need to introduce the tea therapy. The tea therapy is the product of the combination of Chinese medicine and tea culture. The main components are a group of herbs with or without tea to prevent and treat the diseases. Green tea is heated by steam or fire. The fermentation of the tea leaves is completely stopped. Conversely, black tea is a fully fermented tea in which the leaves are 100% fermented. Oolong tea is a semi-fermented tea in which the fermentation of the tea leaves stops at 50% and is intermediate between the green tea and the black tea. Green tea is the unfermented tea. It is cold and can clear the heat, which is the most can remove fire, thirst, eliminate food and phlegm, and it can also lower blood lipids, prevent vascular sclerosis. Therefore, the person who is easy to get on fire, or usually love to smoke or drink, and being fat are more suitable for drinking the green tea, but people with a cold stomach should not take it. In winter, black tea is the best one to drink. Black tea is sweet and warm, can nourish the body's yang qi, and black tea is rich in protein and sugar, which can produce heat to warm the abdomen and enhance the body's ability to resist cold, but also to help digestion. Studies have found that black tea can reduce the incidence of stroke and heart disease, so the elderly with disease in winter often brew a warm cup of black tea. Not only can warm the body, but also can play a role in preventing disease. Oolong tea is a semi-fermented tea. Between green tea and black tea, in terms of taste, oolong tea has the fragrance, but also has a mellow taste of black tea, which is not cold, not hot, but moderate warmth. So it has the effect of moistening the skin, moistening the throat, generating the body heat, and allowing the body to adapt to the changes in the natural environment. Okay, my part is over. We have learned the porridge pie, the todan soup, the chrysanthemum wine, and the tea. Hope you have enjoyed today's class. If you have any question, please email me and let me know.